Play with Matches is back, you guys.
Hi.
I feel like we are going to be very well suited to a specific schedule when we get signed to our big deal with the forthcoming, internet network where it's like we stream or our show is this. Okay. Because the last few weeks we had like random things. Gabrielle had a minor surgery this week, and so she was wrecked for a few days coming right off of her national conference. So we apologize for the hiatus, but
it's my fault.
We'll have a great show for you guys today though, because guess what? Taylor Swift officially got subpoenaed.
Oh no.
Oh my God. It's glorious. So we're going to talk about what her
statements are,
what her rep's statement is. And I'm going to tell you a statement from my daughter this morning about Taylor Swift, totally unrelated to this case, where you're like, listen, I can acknowledge I might not necessarily know what's going down with the
Swifties?
With the teens, right? Mm-hmm. Unless I ask my daughter. And I found out today, not good for Taylor Swift.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. But we actually are going to throw a curveball here real quick.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, well, you know what it is.
I don't.
We were just talking about it. I said, let's get it on the show.
I do.
Jeez.
Okay.
So, random story. Okay. So, there was an incident this week with a member of a very prominent fight team in Austin who had been removed from the team. This is one of the one of their top guys, 23-year-old, incredibly accomplished grappler. And he got removed because they found out that he had taken pictures of female grapplers on his team and
girls he trains with,
and then made deep fake porn with their photographs. Now, I did cover this on my main channel, but I covered it before all the information was out. All I knew was that he had a folder in his phone with they said pictures of girls that he trained with and look-alike like porn stars or something. And so I was kind of
we weren't allowed to say that word.
I mean, whatever.
Okay.
I didn't really my idea of what that probably meant was like, okay, so picture, and then it's like, here's a clip. And this girl looks like that girl. That's kind of how I was responding to it.
Creepy in and of itself.
Creepy in and of itself.
The story gets worse.
But creating a clip, like an explicit,
taking
clip and putting someone else's face on it, that's different, dude. Like, now, my feelings on it are a little bit weird, which is what we wanted to talk about, which is like, it's like if no one else was ever going to see it and it was just him making it at home and no one was ever going to see it, Gabrielle says no. I mean, it's still wrong for sure. It's just it's a matter of like, well, the point is no one would have ever known.
I don't think anyone was supposed to know.
No, they weren't. His girlfriend got into his phone and saw him and then destroyed his life.
Stupidity on so many levels, but that is so violating.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah. Because I felt for him, he's 23 and it's like, all right, so he made it's like he figures out how, he's not like a super smart like tech guy, and he figures out that you can make deep fakes. He's like, oh man, who could I make a deep fake of? And he trained, like he does nothing but train, so he makes them of these girls he trains with or whatever. And it's like, okay, he's an idiot, and that is for sure violating, but I don't think of that as like a direct, like if he would have made that and then showed it to people, very different thing. I'm a little bit, but then as soon as someone goes, what if he put Giselle's face on it? I'm like, oh, I'd kill him.
Exactly.
I'd kill him for sure. But I don't think that he realized like how bad a thing that he did,
I don't care. That's gross.
So you choose violence.
I choose violence.
I mean, it is
and
gross.
His girlfriend is the one that found it.
Cooked him. Yeah.
How did she?
She told the girls and told. She told the girls and she told the heads of B team.
Wow.
And they removed him. It's crazy. Like, dude, like how, okay. So in jiu-jitsu, it is a very, very small community, very small community because there are only so many like world-class teams, right? I mean, there are some world-class fighters that are kind of stragglers on
frame just changed.
Yeah, I know it does that sometimes now, ever since it updated. There are all these great new things, OBS, but then every once in a while it does that. Anyway, but it's like, dude, you have, and no offense to any of the teams that are not on this, I don't mean anything, but it's like the majority of like the elite kind of teams, and you like at the level he's at, they're going to represent a team is what I mean, right? You've got, obviously Six Blades. You've got New Wave. You've got B Team. You've got Gracie Baja. You have 10th Planet. You've got Atos. And I'm probably forgetting some that are incredible, but like
Gracie Fighter.
Gracie Fighter is
More kids.
No. It's just like that's Caesar Gracie. They're honestly much more known for creating incredible mixed martial arts fighter. Their jiu-jitsu is incredible. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about in the current world where the majority of like the top level elite people that are,
Right.
It's from like, I'm probably forgetting one. And
there's not a lot of schools. We'll put it that way.
Exactly. Where's he going to go?
Yeah.
Like who wants to have
that?
Because so much of jiu-jitsu is about
reputation.
And like what I'm saying about how the Six Blade system, right? Like it is a system that you teach, and so your student success demonstrates the effectiveness of your system, right? 10th Planet, they've got their own system. Six Blades has its own system. New Wave and all. It's like, who's going to want to put their name on his back now?
Nobody.
So what's he supposed to do? Like how are you supposed to be a world-class grappler if you don't have world-class grapplers to train with?
I don't know.
It's a bad spot for him, dude.
It does suck, but still, that's some shady ass shit, man.
It is.
Like,
it is.
And
and it doesn't wash off though.
Well, no, there's no way he'll be trusted around the girls ever again. Like, I wouldn't go to a gym where that guy was.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel violated him just looking at me.
So I want to show you, I don't want to put him on this video or whatever, but I'll show you off camera, like him talking to a camera. And I think your tone might soften a little bit. Like he really is just like a dumb frat kid dumbbell. All right. Now real quick, we got a sponsor that we want to show you. It's the first official sponsor of me and Gabrielle's channel. So if you don't mind taking a look at that, you will enjoy it. It's also a good thing to potentially implement if you want to avoid situations like we are talking about right now. And keep in mind, we still have to talk about this insane Taylor Swift story, so stick around. Now, we're excited to have the Wing Girl Method as the sponsor of today's video.
Founded by a renowned dating expert and fellow YouTuber, Marnie, your personal wing girl, whose channel has grown to 1.3 million subscribers, as well as being featured on MTV, Dr. Drew, Ask Men, and Penthouse. Her goal is to improve the dating lives of men.
Penthouse. Nice. But let's be honest, guys suck at flirting, and that's where Marnie comes in. She's helped thousands of men transform their dating lives with her science-based flirting method. The F formula, which is used by tens of thousands of men worldwide. This proven system helps you attract the women that you want.
This isn't for guys who are content with being alone forever. It's for those who are ready to break free from their flirting failures and finally date the women they deserve.
Even if you think a girl is out of your league or not interested, this is a step-by-step formula that can change that. It shows you exactly how to make any woman eager to escalate with you, date you, sleep with you, and be with you. No need to look like a model or have millions in your bank account. With the F formula, those things aren't necessary. Apply this method and you'll start seeing results almost immediately.
Why trust Marnie's formula? Over 100,000 men have already experienced life-changing results. This is your chance to date like the top 10% of men.
And because the Wing Girl Method is sponsoring today's video, they're offering our viewers an unbeatable deal. Just click on the first link in the description now and grab your exclusive preview of the F formula completely free. Plus, if you decide to pick up the program, you'll get an extra 20% off. If you're tired of failing at flirting and being stuck on the sidelines, stop wasting time, take control of your dating life, click the link below and get access right away. Like that's like,
Yeah, I
like
guess.
that kind of thing, like what he did is the kind of thing I could completely see one of my like best friends, like my closest friend, like my closest circle doing when they were 22, like just not even thinking, like dumbasses, like, Cucciano potentially could have, you know what I mean? Like for sure could have done something like that. Bench could have for sure done something like that. Moron, but obviously like one of the best guys in the world, just like,
Yeah. I don't know what you do with that.
Anywho, but let's talk about Taylor Swift.
Let's jump into Taylor.
So Taylor Swift spokesman responds to the subpoena in Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni legal feud.
This is so crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm dying to know what Giselle said too.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly what she said.
Okay.
And I'll give you the context. We were listening to Eminem, and it was a song that where he was, I don't remember what, like something about lyrics having to do with how many people, or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, you know what's crazy, you guys, that you just cannot understand since you were obviously not alive. But when I was like in college or whatever, Eminem was as big as Taylor Swift is now. I was like, he was enormous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but what was so crazy about it is like he's singing about, Taylor Swift was like universally, lauded by big government people. They're all, oh my God, Taylor. It's like, imagine the exact opposite of that. They hated him and they were constantly talking about how much they hated him, which made him that much more popular with the kids.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I said. And Giselle's response was, Taylor Swift fell off, man. And I was like, dude, she did.
No, Giselle just got older. But
dude, Taylor's falling off, man. Taylor has fallen off.
I'd say she's still raking in a significant amount of cash.
Okay, but versus where she was at 2 years ago, like with this thing going on right now, and she got booed at the Super Bowl, yo.
Yeah.
She got booed at the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, she's always going to be a billionaire. She's always going to be incredibly talented. There will always be sold out crowds. But did you know, have you heard about Katy Perry and Beyonce's ticket sales?
No, I heard that Katy Perry canceled her tour.
It's fully canceled?
That's what I heard. I don't know. I didn't verify it. Because it was so bad. They couldn't sell tickets. Yeah.
Hold on, please. If that's true, is it? No, it's still
Well,
here we go.
Look
Perfect.
at it.
Okay.
Like type in canceled. Hold on.
No, they're still selling tickets right here.
I know, but just type in.
Okay.
I'm curious where I that's the story that I heard.
Okay. Katy Perry has canceled her scheduled Lifetime's tour
in Mexico.
Originally set for May 1st and 2nd due to arena's incomplete construction.
Sure.
All right. The new venue, a 20,000 seat arena, was not ready in time for a show. Okay, so because they couldn't sell enough seats to the real one.
Yes.
And so they were trying to downsize that. It's not ready.
So there are some canceled dates.
Correct. Yeah. Okay, so check this out.
$55.
$55.
Taylor tickets were like, thousands.
And look, let's say like right there. How much are those seats?
Oh,
$78 for these.
Go.
Dude, yeah, right, dude. You couldn't pay me $178. Look at how close that is.
Wow.
Okay, let's see like these seats right here. This is third row.
$350 for a third.
You would pay $35,000 for that
Taylor.
for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And look at this, dude. This show is May 20th.
Look how many seats are left. That's nuts.
Oh my God.
Damn.
And this whole entire section
is empty.
And how much are they charging? $75, dude. $75.
That's pretty crazy.
In the third row.
I know.
And there's a stage right there. Wait a minute.
Look at that symbol.
Okay, but wait. So the stage is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these seats more expensive than these?
Because those are like behind the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why would these be more expensive?
Because you have a better view.
Okay. $75 fucking dollars, dude.
Yeah. But like, what kind of symbolism is that with that stage?
Oh, I mean, probably
Did we ever talk about the symbolism on their space jackets?
Oh, you mean the demon face?
Yeah. Did we ever look at that together here?
Let's go ahead and do that.
Did y'all see this? Did you see the symbol on their, like, we went to quote unquote space jackets?
Dude. Okay, check it out. Yeah. Hey. Katy Perry's space patch sparks bizarre claims of satanic.
Look at this thing, y'all.
Bizarre, huh?
That's a freaking demonic
bizarre
head. Look at that.
Hey, I have an idea.
It's like a skull. It's like a sheep skull or ram skull.
Wait, they can't see it. Hang on, let me move it over.
Guys, tell me that's not a demon head.
And obviously this is it upside down, but like that is obviously like a like goat head or something like that.
Like clear as day.
Clear as day. And if you like go over here.
And I don't buy into this stuff usually. I'm not like out here looking for symbolism like a crazy person. No.
I know,
no.
But I'm saying like you probably should.
Right, but
so like let's go over
here. But I'm saying like I consider myself a relatively like impartial person. Like, but that is just
and when it's right side up, that's a weird logo.
The whole thing is weird, but that's definitely some sort of representation, or they just had the worst graphic designer in the history of the world who couldn't see that for their own self.
So I am a person who has paid a lot of attention to some of this like symbolism stuff because of Pizzagate.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. You could just say that now. And
it turned out to be a real thing.
A lot of it turned out to be a real thing. And what's crazy about that is that there's a symbol. And I'm trying to think there's some things you could say.
The circle one?
It's called a spiral.
Spirograph?
Spiringle or something like that, whatever. It like goes like this, right?
Uh-huh.
And that got uncovered.
Oh, the triangle one.
Well, there's a triangle one also. That's called a spiringle or whatever. And then there's also,
okay.
But that one goes like this.
Yeah.
And there's also one that's in a circle.
Right.
Okay.
It's like boys and girls, right?
Something like that. Once the FBI put that out, that it was like, yes, this is a known sign of, pedophilia rings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mouthy
PDF
Buddha.
files?
Yeah, PDF files.
Mm-hmm.
Mouthy Buddha went through and found all of these. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but all of these like international charities that specialized in helping refugee children that had those signs, and you're all, oh my God. And then they would say, oh, well, who runs that one? They'd go to them, and then you look into their background and you're deeper. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have a question though, still on the Katy Perry thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious, y'all watching. Do you think they went to space?
I mean, I think they went to space briefly or whatever.
Do you? There's a whole group of people who think they didn't.
That didn't even go at all?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Huge group of people who think they didn't go at all.
I just don't even think it's relevant because it's like, who cares?
Or
they ate so much shit for that whole thing.
Or like, what if they did go? There's another whole group of people who think that there was some sort of ritualistic thing attached to it, hence the symbolism. I don't know. I'm curious. What have you heard? What are your thoughts? Tell us, because there's so many theories.
I know. Now. See, this is the thing. I live in long form content world. Yeah. Gabrielle lives in Instagram Reels. Mm-hmm. So she gets the like 1 minute versions.
I digest bits.
And I've watched
you eat meals, I take
entire series of Mouthy Buddha. That topic. Mm-hmm. He's done probably, if I had to guess, I would say he's probably done around 13 to 14, 20 to 30 minute videos on these. Each of them captivating, like with completely new information. There's one that he did specifically about symbolism, like about how they hide symbols into everything. And it's, you know what, dude? What? I actually could show that.
What?
I don't think there's any reason why I couldn't show, this one thing from the Mouthy series. As a matter of fact, I know I can, because I asked my YouTube guy about it.
Have you heard this? I mean, I know you've heard the song, but this is now floating around on the internet too.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What, the like space is not real?
Well, they're just saying like anything that has happened in space was made in a Hollywood basement.
Oh, they're talking about the moon landing?
Uh-huh. But that song is from when? Californication. It's an old song.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's known, dude. Like,
I know.
Obviously, moon landing, not real. Okay, got it. All right, here we go. So let me go to...
What is this streaming platform?
This is a platform that I actually pay to be a member of because they have all this incredible conspiracy stuff. It's called Dauntless Dialogue. Okay. And by the way, hey, we'll get to that Taylor Swift thing sometime.
Someone tag it when we do.
Someday we'll get to it. Hang on. This is like, okay, so
there's just so many exciting things happening in the world.
I think it's this one, dude. I'm pretty sure it's this one.
I've always been good at finding patterns. And the closer I get to this topic, the more receptive I become to a new kind of language. One that speaks to the darkest parts of my soul.
Like, what would your last meal be?
Oh, brother, probably a fully loaded deep dish pizza. I love all kinds of pizza.
Yeah.
That's when this feeling of delusion sinks into my bones. Surely this clip of Hillary Clinton saying she loves pizza is just that, and nothing more. But I'd be lying if I didn't admit that a part of me, sometimes a large part of me, begins to consider the notion that what the former Secretary of State is doing here is talking to us.
I love all kinds of pizza.
Yeah.
And by us, I mean those who fully grok the scale of this topic completely.
Hillary, you are next. Name the most mischievous thing Chelsea did as a teenager in the White House.
My answer was order pizza, and here's what I mean by that.
Chelsea, your mother often babysits for you. What does she do that you don't approve of?
Pizza for lunch and dinner every day.
That's it, you scored a point. Well done.
I do think they're trolling us with that.
Okay.
I think the ultra-wealthy and the high class among us are infatuated with symbolism. And since probing into this issue, I now see the world with new eyes. Because for better
Look at that guy's eyes.
or worse,
Bad man.
I've opened a doorway in my mind which now notices their motifs. Q infamously said, their symbolism will be their downfall. But does this still feel
That's the White House?
Yeah, with the
Holy shit.
yeah.
True
I remember seeing that a
for
long
anyone.
time ago.
Is it possible their symbology is more for us than them? A vehicle of sorts, driving us to change the way we think, or to, quote, reset into new paradigms. All I'm saying is, I didn't used to think this way, and I sometimes find it difficult to see how it's an improvement. I used to be able to watch a Disney movie, for example, without picking up on the
There's a part in this that's coming up very shortly. It's the whole reason I
endless Masonic emblems strewn throughout, or the blatant metaphors, in the case of Pinocchio, to a kind of Epstein Island.
I remember feeling that way about Pinocchio when I watched it as a child.
Little boys, and I takes him to Pleasure Island.
Sometimes I wish I could close the door, but I know I can't. I've discovered something new. This is the patterns of the cabal.
watch this. This is fucking nuts.
The first example is not directly related to human trafficking,
Katy Perry.
but in my view, they remain relevant in how they point to patterns among the elite class. But do the apparent patterns we think
That's Marina Abramovich.
Yeah.
You know who she is?
we're discovering ultimately have a benign explanation? Are these images showing a genuine motif of Masonic influence? A new form of communication, waiting for us to take notice? Or are we applying meaning to something that doesn't exist? The fact that I can't say for sure is perhaps the most perplexing.
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
This is nuts. This is fucking nuts. This is insane, this part. It's all. Justin Bieber had fans do a bunch of art and then they smashed it in lightning speed behind the thing, and someone went through and screenshotted all of it. And so this is
Although the music video makes it appear that all the images were drawn solely by Bieber's fans, according to the Brewer brothers, who directed the music video, they did indeed draw, quote, some of the images. Which drawings do you think were created by the Brewer brothers?
That's Epstein Island. So
Well, I could watch this all day.
that's just a taste, dude. That's what I'm telling you. I've seen every single one. There is one. If we really, dude, let's just make this episode, actually. I'm calling it audible, dude. Okay? Watch this. Okay? If you really want to, like, you want to know for real, I've told you this before, but I've never shown this to you, that there is one example where the government 100% was being run by satanic criminals, and we know that for sure now. And it was in the UK in the 90s, and this is how you know. I have tried to get people to watch this, like people who are like, "You're so crazy, Pizzagate." I'm like, "You think so?" Well, we watched it. There's no chance we could put that on YouTube.
Every other word is not allowed. But
Yeah. But look at Gabrielle's face. Gabrielle, how do you feel about the likelihood that Pizzagate's real now?
I mean, I haven't doubted it. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. But it's real.
It's real, dude. But anyway, so now since we bait and switched you guys with Taylor Swift, let's go over there, dude. So
Ooh,
yeah.
whiplash.
So well, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. So Taylor Swift spokesperson responds to the subpoena in the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni case and says that let's see. Their alleged conflict, the Bad Blood singer was subpoenaed by Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, but a spokesperson for the singer says she was only involved in licensing her song, My Tears Ricochet, for the film and was never on set. According to Deadline, a spokesperson for the Cruel Summer singer, why do they write like that?
I have no idea.
Like, why do they,
It's
the Bad Blood singer? What do you,
probably for SEO would be my guess.
a spokesperson for the Cruel Summer singer, Good Morning America, like, why wouldn't you say Taylor Swift?
Because it's search engine optimization.
Or her spokesman person. You think?
That would be my guess.
Okay. Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release and was traveling around the globe during 2023 during the biggest tour in history. The connection Taylor had to this film is permitting the use of one song, My Tears Ricochet. Given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists, by the way, you guys, so I've been with Gabrielle for 100 years and I always know what's in her brain. I broke her brain with what I showed her.
It's true.
She's not coming
scarred.
back. She's not coming back for a while, dude. Like, there's a reason she doesn't know about Pizzagate stuff is because her brain, she can't handle it. Like,
I'm too much of an empath.
She's not wired like me at all. And I didn't remember that one was that dark. But
it's gnarly.
Yeah. So Gabrielle's an angel. She doesn't do well even looking at the evil in the world, which is exactly what we were just doing. Okay, so Mr. Baldoni, Mr. Sarowitz, and team continue to turn a case of sexual harassment and retaliation into entertainment for the tabloids, going as far as suggesting that they sell tickets to a concert venue, Madison Square Garden, to witness Miss Lively's deposition and subpoenaing Taylor Swift, a woman who has given voice to millions the world over.
Wow.
Okay, what's hilarious about this whole thing is that here's something that I talked about in the video I just did about this that I will repeat now because I think it's very poignant. Okay. Candace said the following. Okay. They showed Blake Lively at the one of the promotional things that they were doing for the new movie that she's doing with Anna Kendrick, and she looked like she's like literally like Michelle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's feeling it, right?
Yeah.
And Candace's like, so should we feel bad for her? Like, do you guys think that we should feel bad for her? This is like weeks ago. And she's like, no. The answer is no, because she hasn't apologized. She hasn't shown a bit of empathy. She's
no remorse.
She has no remorse.
Nothing.
She's just uncomfortable with the fact that she got caught. She's like, if she says she's sorry, then we can talk about it. She hasn't done that. Since she said that, Blake Lively was awarded a Time Magazine Most Influential People Award. And did you see what her speech was at that point?
No.
I could tell you. I honestly don't think you would even believe it. Okay, Blake Lively. Oh God damn it. Blake Lively Time Magazine Award speech.
Okay.
This is unbelievable. Okay, check this out. So, she has lots of ways that she could have gone, right? This is what she did. Lively began by discussing the responsibility that comes with being named the Time 100. She said, I have so much to say about the last 2 years of my life, but tonight is not the forum, she said. Instead, Lively focused on her mother, who, despite living with undeserved shame for years, encouraged Lively to use this moment to share her harrowing experience. We can make it to the end alive, physically or emotionally, and we will, and we do, and we thrive, even when it doesn't feel possible, even when the pain is sharp. Never underestimate a woman's pain. Thank you to every woman
to endure pain,
because she said that her mom was raped. That's what she's talking about. My mom was sexually assaulted and blah, blah, blah. So all this and thank you to every woman whose strength brought life to me and my 4 children. Thank you to every man, including my sweet husband, who are kind words, yada, yada. So they didn't even in the Time thing, they barely even covered it. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, this is, okay, here's the whole toast. Okay, so let's read it. This is like her actual toast. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
It doesn't matter to me.
Thank you so much for having me here tonight to be an honoree amongst you. Blah, 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 blah. It's an interesting thing to be called influential. It's most definitely an honor, but what does influence mean? By definition, the capacity to have effect on character, blah, 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 blah. I have an effect, yada, yada. How do we use that? Yada, yada. What do we stand for? Here we go. Who and what do we stand up for, and what we stay silent about, and what we monetize versus what we actually live matters. I have so much to say about the last years. What I will speak to separately is the feeling of being a woman who has a voice today, and since I could speak because of the pain, cautions, and fight of the many women who have paved the way and the men who stood beside them, millions I will never know. Where the fuck? Okay, here we go. My mother, who's here with me tonight, an eternal optimist, leaving me messages, blah, blah, blah. At her urging and unwavering bravery, she wanted me to share with you that she is a survivor of the worst crimes someone can commit against a woman. I've watched her conceal her raw and undeserved shame my entire life. So as her daughter, being asked to share this today is monumental. If we name it, we change it. Okay. My mom never got justice from her work acquaintance who attempted to take her life when she was the mother of her 3 kids years before I was born. She literally is like, my mom lived through the same trials that I did when they tried to take her life. It's like, are you fucking serious?
Wow.
The woman painfully and shared how she escaped, and because of hearing that, like the audacity of this fucking chick to do that at this thing, you're all, do you really think anyone's buying this?
Yeah. She thinks she's like so smart, or her publicists do. Somebody does.
Somebody thinks they're real smart.
That's so cheap.
And so dumb. It's so cheap. Yeah.
Like her poor mom. If that really did happen to her, hey mom, can I use your sexual assault to try and get the spotlight off of me negatively?
Can I use the actual crime that happened to you? The
worst thing that probably happened to you in your life to try to change the
narrative.
Story around what's happening in my life right now? Ew, Blake, ew.
It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That's bad.
Yeah. She sucks.
Not surprised, though.
Not surprised either. But anyway, so given that, and given the fact that Taylor Swift now is going to be deposed along with Blake Lively, and the fact that Taylor Swift is
Poor
like
Taylor.
she's completely disowned Blake Lively completely. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, it was nice being friends with her when that was convenient and they were superstars. It's like, not so much now, you know?
Yeah.
They fucking, dude, think of, and Taylor really didn't even do anything. Like, she actually, for real, did not do anything here.
No.
She just was there, and Blake Lively used her.
She's a user.
She's a user.
Mm-hmm.
And had Taylor there when Justin Baldoni came over, which enabled, and if you're Justin Baldoni, it's fuck Taylor, you know? You're like, oh, okay,
Sure.
like, you try to destroy my life. Like, this is not actually going to hurt Taylor that much. But,
Taylor has to go to court. That's so crazy.
no, she has to get deposed.
That's crazy.
That's not testified, deposed, which means she has to sit in a room with all the
Right.
attorneys and get videotaped while they grill her alone.
That's awful.
Yep. Have you ever seen deposition tapes? It's just the person by themselves sitting there and they're all, you know, answering
Do
questions.
they get a lawyer or no lawyer?
Oh, the lawyer's there, but the
Okay.
lawyer's not on tape. They're just sitting there answering
Yeah.
questions. Mr. Epstein, we have many reports that your penis is the shape of an egg. Can you verify? That's that really happened. I've seen that video of Jeffrey Epstein having to sit there and respond to that question. If his dick is the shape of an egg.
Is it?
How the fuck would I know? I'm not a 14-year-old girl.
Oh gosh, that's awful.
I mean, accurate though. Anyway, that's probably enough. We've been talking for like 40 minutes.
We have.
Love you guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.